This was tweeted out, Sean, about this S2 cognitive test that people keep talking about. It feels like it's the new Wonderlic. So at NFL Rookie Watch, and then Tony Pauline retweeted as well. Tony Pauline, a pretty well connected draft analyst. Bryce Young reportedly posted a 98 out of 92 on the S2 cognitive test, a test that is designed to showcase processing abilities. And I think Daniel Jeremiah also said this about a week or so ago. These aren't supposed to be public, but everything always tends to get out. Young's score was higher than Justin Fields, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Will Levis reportedly put up a 93 out of 99 on the same test, similar to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Anthony Richardson reportedly scored, quote, brilliantly on the test, while an exact score has not been revealed yet. And C.J. Stroud scored, quote, relatively low compared to that of the other top quarterbacks. You had mentioned something last night. I don't remember if it was on air or off air when you were doing your internship down with the Carolina Panthers. You asked that, did you ask Matt Rule?
Scott Fitterer.
Scott Fitterer, the GM, why they put so much into these cognitive tests. Can you speak to it and why this seems to be? I don't know if it'll ultimately lead to it, Sean, but it seems to be leading to this drop for C.J. Stroud.
Well, the question I asked Scott was, why is so much emphasis put on the board session you have with a college quarterback during the draft process? And I asked him the context behind. I was like, every young man comes from a different situation in college. Sometimes a kid is blessed with a coordinator and quarterback coach who have NFL experience, who can help connect the dots for them schematically. And from an IQ standpoint, they're going to be much more advanced than somebody that comes from a system. It may have been successful in college, but it's purely a college type of system. That doesn't mean that the young man can't or won't learn an NFL offense. He might just not have been exposed to it. And what does it matter if you put a quarterback on a board and you say blast, Y bunch right, F counter motion, 7-2 crisscross, Y swing X out. And then you show him how to draw that play up, and then you go into a whole bunch of other plays, and then you ask him to repeat blast, Y bunch right, F counter motion, 7-2 crisscross, X swing, Y out. And he can't do it in the hour meeting that you have. Does that then mean that, Tim, if we get him in the building and he's here every day for 2 months, and he gets a chance to go home and study, and this is all he does and he can't learn it then? Like, hell, when Gruden walked in the office, you know how my recall can be at times. And you know, I still remember the stuff. I didn't remember it like that the first day Gruden installed it. I'm glad he didn't cut me that day because I couldn't get on the board and draw it all up. Like, so sometimes I think there's an overemphasis put on certain things because guys really can't look at the film and know what they're seeing. But C.J. Stroud in the last 2 years at Ohio State threw for 8,123 yards. 36.88 his first year as a starter, 44.35 his second year as a starter. He threw 6 interceptions both seasons, so 12 overall. He threw for 85 touchdowns. So you really can take whatever cognitive test you have, and I don't want to see it. All I know is this kid, with the offense they were teaching at Ohio State, the one that Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson and Jackson Smith and Jigba and Marvin Harrison Jr. in, he was really, really good in that system. So that's what I would go by. I'm not worried about a kid's recall when he gets to the board because what you can recall after 30 minutes is not the same as what you can recall after 30 days. And the draft is next Thursday, right, Tim? Mm-hmm. They don't play an actual football game until September, one that counts. So that means that I have May, June, July, and August. So I got 120 days that he can go over it every day. And so I wouldn't let the fact that a guy that film isn't good, but he can recall on the board, well, maybe be a great coach. Maybe that's what they do on draft day now when it comes to drafting quarterbacks. They're looking for assistant coaches.
So let me ask you this, because we were under the assumption the Panthers go up to 1 to just to not have to worry about anything. Okay, we're going to go up to 1, and we're going to evaluate everybody, and we're going to pick our quarterback. Mm-hmm. Clearly, they seem like they have picked Bryce Young. So Bryce Young's a baller. Bryce Young's a baller. C.J. Stroud has very good numbers, too. Could the S2 cognitive test be a tiebreaker?
Again, I wouldn't care what the S2 cognitive test told me. I really wouldn't. Because are you taking that test serious? Are you not taking that test serious? When was it given? Was it after you had just flown from 3 other visits and had to all of a sudden make a quick stop to take the test? Like, there's so many contextual aspects of when the test was given, when was it taken, what else was going on. Like, it's not apples to apples. What is apples to apples is these 30-plus games I have on film.
Tony Pauline said the S2 test score is why the Panthers moved away from Stroud and embraced Young. Also why the Texans are not a lock to take Stroud at 2.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.